Hey guys, Sen here, back in with some more capital raids. In the comments, you guys have told me that you'd enjoy longer videos with more attacks, and so I'll start compiling my best hits from each raid weekend into a longer 5 or 6 attack video like this. Alright, so starting off, we are going to put some minions on the right side of the base to go up this right side, as well as taking out the trash, and then the cannon, and then a Tesla is going to pop in a moment, and so we're going to have to react to that by dropping in a Barbarian to help DPS that down and keep 2 of our minions alive. Now, against this Balloon Lagoon, I see that a lot of its splash defenses, like the Crusher, the Bomb Towers, and the other Crusher Bomb Tower, as well as the Rocket Artilleries, are super exposed to where we can easily reach them with rocket balloons, especially the Crusher Bomb Tower that's just over the river. And so we're going to do that to set up for a Hog Raider attack. After our minions finally clear up the last of the trash, we're going to drop in a rocket balloon towards this cannon, splash the rocket balloon barracks by dropping it at an angle, then a camp of archers in behind to help take out the 2 barracks, and so we can deploy our rocket balloons even closer. Now, in order to take out the rocket artilleries, I'm going to drop a camp of skeleton barrels in order to tank the 3 splash defenses. Then we're going to push in with 2 rocket balloons towards the air bombs. They're going to one-shot that air bombs and push their way into that higher level rocket artillery, and then 2 rocket balloons to take out the Crusher and Bomb Tower combination. And then we're going to snipe the rest of the defenses. We actually missed the Crusher. One of our rocket balloons goes towards the cannon, so we're going to have to drop in an extra pack of rocket balloons. Then we drop in 1 rocket balloon towards the other Crusher, and then, like I said, 1 more pack of rocket balloons to help finish off the Crusher. And almost all of the splash defenses are down on the base, and so we can even bring in a couple more skeleton barrels to help DPS the top side, as well as help push through the bottom side a little bit. If they run into traps, so be it. That'll help my hogs for the next hit, so that doesn't matter. And so the skeleton barrels are just going to push their way through, grabbing whatever defenses they can. Because there's no splash defenses, the only thing that can take them out are traps at this point. And so they're going to grab a bunch of defenses for me. And because we set up with rocket balloons, we even have 2 heals now that we can drop to set up for our hogs as well. So I'm going to drop them both on this high hit point zone in the base that my hogs are going to be standing, to help get them through all these defenses so they can finally push their way to the rocket artillery on the back end. Because I'm going to start on my hogs on this little section of the base with the Inferno Tower over here, and I start dropping a heal for them preemptively. I drop in a skeleton barrel to help tank the Inferno beams and the point defenses on their approach. I actually swag a Hog Raider over there, but that's fine. They take out that multi-cannon for me. The skeleton barrels are just going to push their way through, help distracting for my hogs, so my hogs aren't under too much fire. Now, we're just going to work our way around. They're going to go down, and then I'm going to drop in a skeleton barrel before my Hog Raiders go lower, and the skeleton barrels are going to help tank, as well as trigger a log trap for me before my hogs reach that section of the base. And so my hogs are just going to slowly push their way through. I'm going to drop my last skeleton barrel towards this cannon, and then before my troops get in range of the rocket artillery, I make sure that I drop in a P.E.K.K.A. from the flank away from my hogs, and so it can help distract that rocket artillery so my hogs aren't going to get attacked by it. And so my hogs are just going to push their way through, and you're going to see I'm even going to have a swag heal left over in this attack, but I actually make a mistake. I finish off the base too fast, and so that swag heal doesn't even go down in time. All the defenses and all the buildings were taken out by my P.E.K.K.A. and hogs, and so I messed up. I wasn't able to heal the river. Let's try this again. Okay, take 2 against Balloon Lagoon. So we are going in with a couple of skeleton barrels on this top side to help take out a lot of these point defenses, and then I bring in a couple of extra rams so I can send in to help test for traps. That one ram pulls a log trap, a small bomb. My Larry still pull a bomb, but then that ram finishes off by pulling a giant bomb for me. So there was, oh, and another small bomb. So there was a lot of traps up here. You can see that one ram pulled 4 traps, and my Larry still pulled a trap. And so we're just going to work our way in with another skeleton barrel. Hopefully there isn't too much left up here. A defender knows that because all of its splash defenses are up here, that this is a really attractive place to enter with archers, and so they've stacked all of their traps on this side of the base, but we're still able to push through with a couple of our skeleton barrels as well as a camp of archers and triggered yet another bomb, and so all of my Larrys are dead. Now we are going to try to pick off a couple of these point defenses with our archers so we can help push into the base now. And another small bomb, but it doesn't one-shot our archers. It actually pushes our archers into the rage, which is pretty funny. Now we're just gonna work our way in with our archers, and we are going to wizard bomb on this district hall. Once we push our way in, take out the rocket artillery as well as the air bombs and the air defenses along the way, so we can just directly target that district hall with our wizards. 2 camps of archers towards the rocket artillery to snipe that down, as well as the air bombs, and then 1 more camp of archers to help take out the rapid rockets that's down low. And once that goes down, you see that little pocket open in the base that we can start deploying from. So we start dropping in our rams, a couple of them, and then after we drop them in, we drop in 3 super wizards on top of the district hall, and they're going to chain down all of these defenses, take out the district hall, and almost get down the Inferno Tower as well. Get that really low, and so we can easily finish that off with our archers. We drop in our second rage deeper into the base, and you can see now at this point we have access to almost all of the major splash defenses on the base. It's just a matter of how much of them can we take down. We only have 2 camps of archers left, so once those archers go down to all of that rocket artillery fire, I'm going to split the archers in the middle like that, send them to all those different defenses. They're going to take those all out. We still have 2 rams just to send in to help distract a little bit, and then as well as trying to pull any extra traps left in the base. So that 1 ram helps pull a log trap, and then we send in a zap spell to take out that bomb tower. And you can see we've taken out basically every splash defense in the base except this bomb tower. And we've also triggered most of the traps. So our hogs are super safe on the approach. We drop in a skeleton barrel towards the top side. Look at how much value that skeleton barrel gets for me. It tanks all of those defenses, and basically none of my hogs are taking any damage. I only need to drop in a couple hogs to help DPS all those buildings down. We drop in a skeleton barrel to help tank once again, and you're gonna see, because I didn't have to drop too many hogs on this top side, there's gonna be a giant bomb that not many of my hogs are gonna take damage from. And so we drop in the skeleton barrels to go ahead to do some more tanking. We drop in a ram to help push our skeletons in, and then we're just gonna drop in our hogs to help DPS down the defenses once more. And we're just going to push our way into this backside of the base. There's not many defenses left, and we have tons of hogs, and there also is not many traps left on the base. And so, yeah, we are just swarming those last few defenses on this base. There's just 1 Inferno Tower left. Imagine you're that 1 Inferno Tower and you got 30 Bacon Riders and a horde of angry Larrys coming towards you. And so against this base, we swag in time, and we are able to drop 2 heals down on the river, as well as a lightning spell in between. Alright, just one more. So against this base once again, I see that there is not any splash coverage on this top side of the base, and so we bring in a couple of skeleton barrels to help take that all out. The first skeleton barrel goes in, takes out a spear thrower with its death damage, and then it's going to grab that cannon with that Larry horde. And then we drop in another skeleton barrel. Notice how I'm staggering the skeleton barrel drops so they don't all pop out of the barrels at once, as well as a battle ram to help search ahead for traps. There's no traps up here, and so it even reaches the wall for me. That's going to be useful for later. My skeleton barrels have already taken out 5 defenses, and I only used 2 skeleton barrels. They're going to keep working their way up. I'm going to support with another skeleton barrel to help push through those last 3 defenses. And because there aren't really any traps up here, they all still survive, and so I'm even able to bring a ram to help break them into this Mega Hidden Tesla, and they're able to grab that as well. So with 3 skeleton barrels, I am able to grab 8 point defenses as well as a Mega Hidden Tesla. And they're still kicking, they're still pushing their way through. They're going to grab that little trash building for me, but because they get unlucky with the timing on the rocket artillery, they all get splashed down before they can also take down the spear thrower. So when you find the right situation for skeleton barrels, they just get you insane value. And at this point, we're just going to have to push our way through this top side with our archers. We're trying to grab the splash defenses for our hogs, the crusher, the bomb tower, as well as the other rocket artillery. And once that all goes down, we're going to start looking towards the top side of the base. And we drop in a rocket balloon to help take out the cannon, as well as the spear thrower, as well as splash the trash building. So with 1 rocket balloon, I grabbed 2 defenses and a trash building. That was pretty good value as well. And we saved our last rage so we can help push into this last compartment with the bomb tower and the rocket artillery, and so we're just going to work our way in. We still have one more skeleton barrel. I just dropped that on the bottom side of the base. See what it can get for me. It also grabs a cannon, barracks, as well as a spear thrower maybe. And then our archers finish off that last rocket artillery. So once again, we have taken out all 3 rocket artilleries, most of the splash defenses, and there's only 1 crusher left on the base. Now, I drop in a camp of minions to take out this flying fortress yard, as well as this cannon over here. And the reason for that is going to be apparent in a moment. As that's working its way in, I'm going to start on my hog raiders on the top side of the base. I brought 4 skeleton barrels to help distract for them, and they're also going to help pull some traps for me. And I then ram into this compartment to help open up the deployment zone, and the reason for that is because I'm going to drop in hog raiders to stun this crusher. So we're just going to work our way in right now, pushing our way in with our hog raiders and our skeleton barrels, and before my hog raiders get to this crusher, I make sure I stun it with my hog gliders. That is a trick you can do against the splash defenses on the base. You can try to target them and stun them so that they can't shoot at your hogs. And that one skeleton barrel pulls a log trap for me, which is really nice, and then a giant bomb for me. So skeleton barrels almost always get you value against bases that don't have much splash coverage. Even if they're just pulling traps, those are traps that aren't going to be hitting your hogs. And so once again, we have 2 swag heals that we can once again drop on the river. Always heal the river. Let's bring out some of the more Larry barrels, because against this base, there is a huge chunk of the base up the right side that doesn't have any splash coverage, and so I have brought 6 skeleton barrels to help hopefully push through all of this over here. And as that's going through, I drop in a ram down low to help tank for any potential zap traps, and then 2 rocket balloons towards the spear thrower to try to push through the spear thrower, push through the air defense, and then hopefully grab the spear thrower on the back end. And so our Larrys are just going to slowly work their way through. I have 6, not because I need 6, but because just in case there's traps, I can reinforce the Larrys with some more. And so there are no traps up here yet, and so I've only dropped 2 skeleton barrels, and they've already pushed through a huge section of the base. We drop in a ram to search ahead for some traps. There's no traps once again, and so we drop in another Larry barrel on the side to help reinforce, and then we're going to drop in a ram to help break in the Larrys into the wall. So they're just going to slowly work their way in. Once again, when there's no splash defenses and just a bunch of point defenses, as well as slow firing defenses like the Mega Hidden Tesla, the Larrys are basically invincible, and so they've run into no traps yet, but they're about to run into one giant bomb. Boom! A big pack of Larrys up front, as well as the archers got blown up, but don't worry, that's why we have even more Larry barrels to reinforce, and we have one last skeleton barrel that I can send over the wall to help directly target that Mega Hidden Tesla for me. And now, against this base, I see that they have concentrated all of their splash air defenses in one section of the base that we can help push through with our archers and rage. And so we just drop in our last couple of rocket balloons to DPS the giant cannon so we can start targeting those defenses with our archers. We take out the air bombs, finish it off with the barbarian, then we drop in one camp of archers towards the blast bow. Notice how before my archers lose stealth, I tank for them with a barbarian to help tank that first shot of the blast bow, and so those archers have just enough to take that blast bow out, which is really nice. Now we have a couple of zaps that we set up for our last hit that we're going to go in with a fortress, making sure that we bring a couple of camps of archers to help finish off these last few air defenses in the middle of the base. We start in with our fortress because the fortress is slow, and so we want to get that moving before we start in with our archers. So I'm impatient and I drop 2 camps of archers, and I am punished by a log trap. This is why I'm not good with archers. I'm always way too impatient to just drop them in one by one. So just pushing our way through. We're just going to drop in 2 camps of archers to finish off those last 2 air bombs on the base, and we're going to still have 4 rocket balloons left in the camps, as well as 2 more archers. We drop in one of those camps of archers to try to directly target this air defense before my fortress gets there. But you're going to see they split in a really weird way for some reason, and they're not able to finish off the air defense, but they're able to get it low, and so we're able to finish that off with a zap spell. So we zap that down, and we're just going to let that fortress move through the last few defenses. The fortress does really well against the Mega Hidden Tesla, unlike the Rocket Balloon, because the Rocket Balloons get shot in pairs. And so the fortress just forces its way slowly from range, sniping down a lot of the ground targeting defenses in the base. The Rapid Rocket has short range, as well as the Mega Hidden Tesla, so that fortress does really well. And then as the fortress gets in range of that last Rapid Rocket, we just snipe it with a Rocket Balloon, and we finish off the base with a couple of swag troops. Next up, we have Barbarian Camp, and we're bringing in our Rocket Balloon Zap. I've noticed that I haven't posted too many replays of this attack strategy. As of late, I've been doing a lot of crazy fancy stuff, but this is still probably the strongest attack that's out there. And against this base especially, there's 2 rocket artilleries, but more importantly, there are a lot of air defenses that I can zap together, so tons of zap value on the base, and we're going to just start off by sending 2 rocket balloons through the spear thrower to push into the air defense. A Tesla pops, but that's not going to matter. I'm still going to be able to grab the air defense, and I'm just going to drop another pack of rocket balloons to help snipe that Tesla for me. After that goes down, I'm going to start trying to work my way through some of the trash down here, because I want to be able to quickly deploy 2 loons on top of the spear thrower bomb tower combination. I want the 2 loons to push through that really fast, and so they can also grab the air defense on the back end before the air bombs or the rocket artillery splashes them. So 1 barb takes out a couple of trash buildings, then I have to drop in 1 more because the spear thrower took it out, and then we drop in those 2 loons to help take out that spear thrower and bomb tower really fast, and they're going to have just enough to grab that air defense on the back end before they all die to the splash. 1 loon on the bottom side because we cleared out all the air defenses over there, and those loons can just work through all those defenses, and we send in a couple of rams afterwards to help open up the walls. And because the ram also spawns some barbarians, those barbarians are also going to get some more value going forward and clearing some trash buildings for me. Another Tesla pops, and so we're going to drop another balloon to help trade that down. And once those barbarians take out that last barracks over there, the deployment zone is going to open up, and we can also start deploying our loons on the left side of the base. So like I said, drop in that 1 rocket balloon to clear the Tesla, and then while the rocket artillery is focused on those barbarians and distracted, we quickly send in 2 loons on top of the cannon, quickly push into the cannon and take out the air defense and spear thrower on the backside. And while this air defense and this spear thrower are distracted, I send in 1 pack of rocket balloons in between to help splash them both down. And then after that all goes down, we drop in 1 ram towards this bottom wall to help pull these giants lower, and then we drop in a barbarian while those giants are getting pulled up high to help take out some trash buildings for me. And before the spear thrower can lock onto the barbarian, I drop in 2 camps of rocket balloons to help take out the spear thrower and the rapid rocket on the backside. Notice how I made sure to keep that 1 barbarian alive for as long as I could so he could clear as much trash as he could. And now at this point, we just have 2 more rocket balloons left and an exposed rocket artillery that we're just going to directly target down. And then we have 2 more zaps to just set up for our finishing hit, which we're going to bring a Flying Fortress. And finishing up with a Flying Fortress, we are going to zap down the last couple of air defenses on the base. We're able to take out all of the air defenses on the base before we ever even drop down our fortress, which is really nice. But also, what you can see left on the base is a bunch of air splash defenses, the air bombs, as well as the rocket artillery. Those can be extremely nasty to rocket balloons, especially when they're buried behind all of these layers of other defenses, and it's going to be shooting at our rocket balloons as we try to push our way through. So instead, I just bring in a Flying Fortress, and the Fortress can help tank a lot of those splash defenses. It has a lot of HP, and so as it slowly works its way through, we can just support it with some rocket balloons while it's distracting some of the defenses on the base. And so we're just going to slowly push our way through the last few defenses. Now there's just a couple of spear throwers, and we have a bunch of force left that's just slowly working its way towards it. And at this point, it is a matter of cleanup. The Flying Fortress attack usually has some problems with time because the fortress is super slow. I think I still have 30 seconds left by the end of this attack, but always bring a couple of minions. I recommend that just so you don't end up time failing. And big announcement before we go, we now have a community Discord courtesy of Ghostly, who set it up and made it all possible. The invite link will be in the description. Of course, it's going to be mainly for chatting about the clan capital, but we're still working things out and hopefully it'll expand in the future. But I will definitely be active there during the raid weekend. So if you want to have any advice for your hits or just want to chat, make sure you join us. But that'll be all for today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and take care.